Hey, so I got my new phone. It's not completely set up yet. I gotta go to the store tomorrow. I got everything on the internet set up and I just have to set up some other stuff. I gotta go to the store tomorrow and finish setting it up. But I'm trying my best. I don't realize I have friends in I got friends in high places. I don't know. The song goes the song goes something like that. You know, like I got a bunch of shady friends. I got a bunch of friends. I have friends that I don't even know are my friends, and they're there for me. They're there for me, and I don't even know they're my friends, and we go way back, and they're there for me, and they're telling me they're like Rich, you got to get your mind off this girl. They're like Rich, you got to get your mind off this girl. It's gonna kill you. It's killing you. We could see it killing you. It's gonna get you in trouble. We know. They're like, we know she took that money from you, and they're like, we know you knew her for a while, and it was fucked up the way they took that money from you, and they didn't pop up to see you. And they're like, but Brit, you got to get your mind off this girl. And it's hard because I have her name tattooed. I have her name tattooed on my shoulder, and I have a tulip behind my ear. Maybe you can't really see it, and you know, it's just like she was a big part of my life. She was a big part of my life. Mm, Look, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best to cope. You know, I've been going to my program. I've been going to my program and paying attention at my program. And you know, uh, I have my friends. I have my friends, and they're helping me get my mind off her. I don't want to get my mind off of her. I want to think about it, but my friends are like, you got to get your mind off of her. It's going to kill you. And I believe that. I believe that, you know. And I'm just like, I'm feeling better than I was a few days ago. A few days ago, if you ask me, I was in hell. And right now, I feel a little bit better. Uh, I just, I want to remember the good things. The last thing I did was send her a message on TikTok, and I apologize for not being being the guy that she wanted me to be. I apologize for it. And I don't think I needed to apologize for it. I think I deserve an apology, but I wish I could be that guy. I wish I could be that guy with the fucking fast car and with the money, and with the big Johnson, you know, and it's got me questioning everything. It's got me questioning, it's got me questioning my body. It's got me questioning my pocket. It's got me questioning my life, and you know, it's hard. It's hard, like getting through. It's hard losing someone you love that you love. It's hard. And I want to forget about it, but at the same time, I want to think like, I'll do me, and maybe she'll come to her senses. Like I talked to someone today about it, and I'm like, hopefully she'll come to her senses. She'll see that I really love her, and she'll pop back into my life somehow, But I'm not going to dwell on it. I was told by somebody close to me not to dwell on the past. That'll eat you up, and I'll listen to that, and I'll just get by, I'll get by, you know. Thank you guys, thank you guys for being there for me, thank you for being there for me, and thank you for helping me get my head straight. Thank you for helping me get my head off of off of the shit that's been bothering me, you know, and I'll rebuild my life. I'll rebuild my life, I'll get it together, and I'll be all right, just take one step at a time, you know, and I'm safe tonight. I'm inside tonight. I'm indoors tonight. I'm not on the street tonight. While I was out there, I made some friends. I went through all sorts of shit, and I guess I learned the lesson. I learned the lesson that my mom was trying to teach me. Basically, my mom had two things wrong that she had against me. The first thing that my mom had against what I was doing was that I was bringing girls over the house. She doesn't want me having those kind of girls over the house, and the girl was like, I wanted the girl to be my girlfriend, and the girl was like, I'm not that kind of girl, and I felt that she could be, and maybe I was right, maybe I was wrong, but the first thing going on was that my mom didn't want me having those kind of girls over the house, and I gotta, you know, yeah, I could sneak them in, but it's not worth it. It's not worth losing what I have, you know. It's not worth it, And I tried going out there, I tried going out on a limb and telling my mom how I felt about a girl, and hoping she would try. And I learned, like, you can't just, like, even your parents, like, you can't trust just anybody with shit, like, even your parents, like, there's certain shit you just got to keep to yourself, even though you want to share it with people. And I wanted to trust my parents, and I wanted to be like, look, there's this girl that I like, and they just didn't understand. And people are like that, some people, it's not just, one person. There's people don't understand shit, and, you got to accept that, and, so I can't have girls over here. I can't have girls unless it's like if it's a nice girl from the neighborhood or something like that that I can introduce to my parents, and that'll sit down and have dinner with me, and I could have that kind of girl over, but I can't have like any kind of call girls over. So that's okay. I'll just go to the spa. I'll go to the spa. I'll get my rocks off. There's some nice girls at the spa, that I like, and and the second thing was that my abuse of my money, that my mom felt that I was abusing my money, that I can't abuse my money, and I have to try to make it last. I get Social Security. I get a certain amount from Social Security every month. And then the other day I got awarded workman's comp. I talked to a judge. I sat down, I talked to a judge, I talked to an insurance provider, and I got awarded work comp. So I'll have a couple of checks coming in each month with works comp. My food stamps are pretty much fucked. I think I'm making too much money now to have food stamps. But that's okay. We'll work something out as far as food. You know, I like to eat. Food's one of the things I love. Food and cigarettes and sex are like three things that I love, and I guess music would be a fourth. I'm all right. I'm okay. You know, hopefully she wiggles her way back into my life, but I'm not gonna fucking sit every day thinking about it. I'm just gonna live my life, and what comes to me comes to me. You know, I hope everyone has a good night. Stay safe. I'm here. I'm on Facebook. My phone doesn't work, but I'm on Facebook. If anyone wants to message me, and if any girls want a foot massage, I love feet. I love giving girls foot massages, and you know, I'm weird. I'm a weird guy. I'm a weird guy. I had a good friend that I lost, and he was the only one that really supported my weirdness and saw me for the best that I was. And I lost that friend, and the whole year starting off, it was just a hard year starting off. Where, like, I lost a really good friend. I lost a good job. And I lost a good girl. And I lost my mind. I lost my mind a little bit, and I even lost the place I was living. And step by step, we just got to get everything back together, back in order, and we'll be okay. You know. So happy Wednesday night. Happy Wednesday night, and stay safe. Everything's good. Have a good night. Goodbye.